If I didn't know about Indonesia, Sri Lanka would be top of my list of favorites. Now, I'll tell you about an unforgettable trip to this remarkable corner of the world. Sri Lanka impresses with its variety of landscapes and wildlife. Gorgeous, palm-lined beaches, lively surf spots, rice terraces, tea plantations, beautiful mountains, and real safaris. There are so many animals. Hold on, I'll tell you everything. I hope you'll pick up a lot of useful info. For those who already know they want an easy, unforgettable trip without hassles, I recommend using my travel guide to the country. Start your journey in Hikkaduwa. You'll get a superb beach, fine sand, and plenty of fruit and seafood. Nearby is a beach where huge turtles often swim close to shore, and in the mornings take food from people's hands. For comfortable island travel, you'll need a motorbike. A car isn't a good choice. Budget travelers can rely on buses. Public transport is well developed across Sri Lanka. Bike rentals aren't great like in Bali. Much of the equipment is old and beaten up. But there's no other choice. Rent a relatively fresh motorbike for about $100 to $120 and head out. Along the coast, you should visit all the famous beach spots. For example, Unawatuna has a short but pleasant beach. Next to it are cool, smooth rocks that look like the Seychelles. If you get bored of beaches, take a trip to Gal Fort. It's the only area that wasn't badly affected by the 2004 tsunami that killed over 35,000 people. I recommend visiting Fort Gal in the afternoon, strolling the old streets and watching the sunset. Sri Lanka has surf spots. One well-known place is Weligama. I'll dedicate a full review to surfing later, so I'll only touch on it briefly here. A fun spot is Coconut Hill, perfect for great photos. And if you have a drone, you'll get excellent content. Note local regulations. You might see a vendor with a tame monkey near the hill. For a couple of dollars, you can pet and play with it. Also, consider going to the Dandra Head Lighthouse, another strong drone spot, even though there may be signs prohibiting drone flights. A must-see secret spot is Silent Beach. I planned to stay an hour, but ended up staying 3 days. It's probably the best beach in Sri Lanka. Quiet, almost deserted with blue water. There are only a few small cafes, so food options are limited. The right move here is to include a safari. If you decide to go, and I strongly recommend it, check the travel guide. It includes a good hotel that organizes early morning safari excursions. The tour starts very early, picks up guests from several hotels and brings them at dawn to the entrance of the large safari park, where a long line of over 100 jeeps forms. The sun slowly rises, bathing the sparse trees and shrubs of the savanna in an unforgettable orange light. Before the tour, they list the animals you might see. And once we entered the park, we met a leopard. The park isn't fenced. Animals know their ranges and generally avoid human areas, and visitors are not allowed to move around the park without a jeep. The next town worth visiting is Ella. Here you'll find the famous 9-arch bridge, where people wait for a train. There's also a beautiful viewpoint that's about an hour's hike and offers great views. You can get a similar experience by staying in an inexpensive nearby hotel. Coordinates are in the guide. Don't miss Ravana Falls. If you want more serious adventures, try hikes like Ella Rock or other local treks. Routes are easy to combine because the island is compact and attractions are relatively close. After Ella, head toward the tea plantations. I chose a longer route via Dialuma Falls and didn't regret it. The waterfall is very high and beautiful both from below and after a short hike to its drop. You can sit on the cliff and swim there. It's actually the second tallest waterfall on the island. Entering the tea plantations feels like stepping into a film with unreal visuals. Intensely green, tea-covered hills under a blue sky, cobbled roads and trees that look painted. I drove with my mouth open in amazement. It felt antique and majestic. After about an hour and a half uphill from the plantations, visit Bambarakonda Falls, the highest waterfall in Sri Lanka. Nearby, there's another smaller falls about 3 kilometers away, through a coniferous forest similar to Crimea's. Then, across tall grass fields, and finally leads you to a waterfall that splits a fantastically green landscape in two. Next comes Nuwara Elaya. Prepare for cold weather. The town sits around 2,000 meters above sea level and temperatures rarely climbed above 18 degrees Celsius, while everywhere else had 28 to 30 degrees Celsius. Fortunately, it's a small town with architectural sites and a pretty lake. The next stop is Ambulawawa Tower. The road to the tower is scenic: tea plantations, valleys, cliffs, and waterfalls. Reaching the tall white tower on the high hill is impressive. Its spiral staircases can be unsettling, and you may feel your legs shake if you climb to the top. Try to come in the morning when cloud cover is less likely. Stay in a very unusual riverside hotel where elephants bathe by the hotel walls. At 9 o'clock one morning, elephants started leaving the sanctuary and crossing the river. Some crossed to the far bank, others splashed near the hotel. It's an incredible sight, especially if you're watching from a hotel pool. Pro tip: after bathing, handlers lead the elephants back to the sanctuary along a narrow lane, so you can stand nearby and watch a line of 40 giants pass by. There are also affordable elephant washing experiences you can join. The animals seem to enjoy it. From there, go to Kandy to ride one of Asia's most interesting railway routes. In Kandy, you can visit a nice park, but the main attraction is the train. On Sri Lankan trains, you can sit in the doorway with your legs hanging out, and the windows open wide so you travel among tea plantations without a pane of glass between you and the view. There are lots of small details that make the trip memorable. I won't go into everything here. Full details are in the guide. You'll arrive at a powerful waterfall, the most powerful I saw on the island. The next day is the return trip, your second chance for photos from the carriage over bridges and for better seats on the train. After arriving in Kandy, head to Pidurangala Rock in the scenic Sigiriya region. On the way, you can stop at the Dambula Cave Temple if you like. Visit Pidurangala near sunset for a spectacular view. The climb is surprisingly simple and pleasant. After this stop, you can go to Trincomalee, a town where deer freely roam. Trincomalee has its quiet season, half the year with few tourists and half the year busier. The town has a decent beach and an interesting fort to explore, but the deer are the highlight. They walk through the fort and even around the bus station. To attract them, buy bananas, peel them, and give the peels to the deer. They'll come close and eat from your hand. Bring a camera and capture the content. I also recommend taking a train ride from Colombo. Choose the left side facing forward and occupy a doorway to enjoy ocean views. That's all for now. I hope you find time for a similar grand trip. I can help organize it. You can use the travel guide to Sri Lanka or order a custom itinerary tailored to your preferences. See you soon at new locations.